Hello, Matt, Craig, and Ollie here. We're digging into the anniversary box for the club, and we're into Terroir Cinq, our 5th terroir beer. I'll give a little bit of background about the Terroir Project, because it's near and dear to all of us in the brewery. So a bunch of like-minded brewers got together. It was Jim Crooks, it was Jeffers back in the day. It was a number of brewers from around the country who all decided to do a project that involved linking up with a local vineyard, preferably, ooh, smoke is sick. Preferably a vineyard that is local to your brewery, in close relative proximity. And everybody brewed the same base wort, at least the same grains. Obviously, everybody's house culture, their mixed culture and their mixed fermentation program is going to be different, and the terroir or the grapes that were coming in from that region would be different. And then we all got together each year after making those beers, about a year in barrel, and poured them festival style for the public to taste. And amazing project. Of course, COVID kind of got in the way of the last couple of years, and we got all back together. Now Firestone hosted the first couple of festivals. This year, Ale Song, this wonderful brewery focused on barrel-aged beers, they also have a club out of Eugene, Oregon, really in close proximity to King's Estate, a really nice winery outside of Eugene, hosted this year. Molly went up for it. Sounds like it was an outstanding event, and this was the beer that we made for that event. It's black label, so only you and the folks at the festival at Ale Song so far have had a chance to taste this. And why don't you tell me a little bit about the grape side of this thing?
Do you want to start, or you want me to start?
You've been
I
practicing.
got 2 words. Carbonic maceration.
Carbonic maceration. Everybody say that together. Carbonic maceration.
So,
nice.
What was the grape again? Graciano?
Graciano,
Graciano
the Spanish varietal.
Yes. So these grapes were grown on the Firestone vineyard that we call Area 51. It was a Graciano grape, and it was carbonic maceration was actually a wild wine style. And the way that Jim and Molly did it was they actually took the grapes, they kept them as whole and pure as possible, stuck them in a bin, covered that bin, and let a natural fermentation occur in the bin. So first the grapes actually explode inside the actual grape skin itself, which creates a wild fermentation. They let that go for a few months and pulled that off, actually took the grapes, pressed the grapes, took the juice, and then blended it with their hybrid blend, which is basically a base that they use for a lot of these projects. That's just a nice clean base. They sat that in barrel, and what came out, I think, is probably one of my favorite of the products they've ever made. A lot of Brett character, a lot of just interesting flavors coming out of there, along with a bit of a wild wine character that almost comes off as sweet to me and is super interesting. The color is unbelievable too, if you get to see this in your glass.
Yeah. I think, it's 49% grape juice, which is the legal limit that we can use in these types of beers, so it really expresses the fruit much like a wine. To me, it almost has like a natural carbonated wine character to it.
Yeah.
There's acid there, but the grapes really are, the front runner in the flavor profile here.
Yeah, the carbonic maceration technique is meant to make the fruitiness of whatever grape varietal you're putting in there, really make it pop, mellow a lot of those tannins, and so what you get out of it is a very fruit-forward, wine-like beverage. I get a lot of cranberry out of it. It's very reminiscent of some of the sparkling reds that you get around here in the Paso area. Really nice velvety almost texture as well, and as Ollie said, the color is, I take a sip of this and it just screams like Thanksgiving beverage to me. Yeah. I think it would work really well with turkey.
Yeah, definitely pairs well with chocolate.
Carbonic maceration.
Carbonic maceration. No, this beer is awesome. Like every time I come to it, I'm like, God damn, I really
You know,
this one.
I think these beers were near and dear to the program. I think Jim has always been super passionate about trying to integrate the local grapes into the program. I think we've had a number of different variations, and in the end, I think these beers that are almost to the limit, you know, almost 50% grape juice, are the best expression. They really show off the grapes a lot. And I would go so far as to say this is a really clean expression of the grape. I don't think that the wild fermentation took over. I think that whatever was going on with that grape fermentation is really the dominant flavors here.
Just can't believe the color that they got out of that sucker.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I had a Les Paul this color one time. Beautiful.
So there you go. The latest edition of the Terroir Project out of the Barrelworks. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining.
Cheers.